Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a like a holy grails and total fails video. So it's going to be in empties, and I think you guys can be able to see like the majority of the stuff here. There's a lot of products that I brought over today, and I'm not filming in my place right now. Things when it comes to like different things that I've collected over January to April. Some of these products actually go before that time period, but they fit into the January to April empties. Let's begin. The first product that I'm going to show, it's this one right here. It's the Tony Moly. The product that I really like right here is the Tony Moly product. It is, yeah, you guys know who that is. That's Wonho from Monster X. It's the color blending treatment. I saw this because Ivan Lamb posted about it in one of his videos, and he said he really liked it. So I decided to make sure like to give it an effort. And the ingredients on there too, there's a lot of things that are really good for the hair that will moisturize it, keep it very like silky smooth. I want to say that there's things like the collagen, keratin, there's licorice root, which is very interesting. There's a lot of things in here, and humectants, so it's more good for you ingredients, if that makes sense, versus just like a flat hair dye, which is the reason why my hair color is the color it is now. I've had this hair color for like, and at first you get this kind of hair color, but also it tells you on the side how to make sure you're measuring the correct amount of like lightened hair to get a certain result, if that makes sense. So because my hair was only like blonde, not like platinum, it came out to this color, which I really like. So I've had it for like 2 months. It doesn't really fade. I mean, it does, but like it's still there. It will never go away, if that makes sense. Like I don't see it going away anytime soon. So as far as the hair dye from Tony Moly, I really recommend it. I'm gonna stay with this color, and I've stayed with this color since. The next product I'm gonna show you is this one right here. It's from Chloron. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. I think this is a pretty popular product, so if you know any kind of Chloron products, this is probably one that you already know about. It's the dry shampoo with oatmeal, like oat milk, and I didn't think it was gonna spray out, sorry. But there's somebody behind the camera, like I said, so that just like sprayed right in her face. But this is the dry shampoo. This is amazing. Like it just doesn't dry out your hair. It's great. It smells amazing. And as far as like dry shampoos that I've tried, it's a winner for sure. I'd say the two that I've already showed you, as far as like the hair dye and the dry shampoo, those are like holy grails. I think they're pretty good. I would buy that Chloron dry shampoo again. It was that good, I felt like, and it wasn't drying. Now this is going to be one of the fails. This is the IGK. This is the First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. There's a lot in here, so I could spray it all day because there's like half of the bottle full. The issue with this is that though it does pick up everything, and it has that, you know, like charcoal active kind of like component to it, it makes your hair very stiff and like crunchy. So if you put too much, then it is like that. But if you don't, then you get a pretty decent result. But it's too strong. Something about it is too heavy. I'd much rather prefer the Chloron one, or if I were to stick with IGK, if you wanted to, I'd stick with like the first level matcha detox or the second one. But I'd probably stick with the first one, because if you're putting in product to make your hair not oily, but it makes your hair look more crunchy with something like this, then you have another conflict with your hair, right? Because you would want your hair to look fresh, not like crispy. So I don't like this, and I got it for free. So I can dump it out. And I usually would give it to friends or family, but if I really don't like a product, I won't even bother to ask them about it, because it's just not good. So this one's the next one. It's the Chloron Keratin Strength Anti-Hair Loss Concentrate. It's a little small travel size that I have, and I didn't care for this one either. It is like a little, like, it's like a little mist, so to speak, and you literally just go like that and push it in your hair. There's a lot of propylene glycol in this, and it comes out being very like sticky, and it just doesn't do anything. I've seen reviews that are mixed, people saying that it works, it makes their hair feel fuller, all this kind of stuff. If it does, I feel like it's giving you the illusion of that, and it's not really doing anything that's like long term. So that's it for hair care. The next one I'm going to show you, this is kind of random, but this is a holy grail, and I showed it to many people that are around me in my life, close friends, all that kind of stuff. This is the Crystal deodorant, lavender and white tea. It's the mineral deodorant roll-on. It has like a little gel kind of head, and it just glides on like that, and it leaves like a liquid barrier. But I believe this is aluminum free, and I ended up getting a reaction to aluminum deodorant 5 years ago. So I did like I did a few years of searching for the right deodorant, and they all gave me rashes and bumps and like all this stuff. And I'm talking like $4, $10, $15 for deodorant. This one I believe is like $4 if you can find it at TJ Maxx, which is where I usually look for it. And then I usually get it if I'm desperate, like $5 at Sprouts. And they have a vanilla one and they have a pomegranate one, but I always go with the lavender one. And it's the best. You have to let it dry on once you put it on for about like 30 seconds, 60 seconds. And during that time, I'll brush my teeth. I will put on my skincare, I'll do anything. And then it'll dry down, doesn't stain, doesn't transfer onto your clothing. It does a really good job at keeping the smell away. But I feel like if you're going to transition to this from any other deodorant, you probably should do like a purge period, if that makes sense. Like you should be without aluminum for a bit, like at least I'd say like 2 weeks to be safe, and then incorporate it so that it's not fighting against the resistance, I guess. Like there's no resistance to a non-aluminum deodorant or seeing a bad result because you were previously plugging the pore, if that makes sense, the sudoriferous gland or the sweat gland. So once you begin to not do that anymore, you start to see and feel more like sweat basically, and that could be BO and a bunch of other stuff. So I'll always recommend that. That's like my 7th, 10th bottle. I probably like my 10th bottle now, and then I have another one at my house and then another one also as backup. So I really recommend that. They're a really good company, and I believe they give back to they've given back money to cancer awareness too, so I really like what their company and brand stands for. The next one I'm gonna go into is this one right here. It's the Algenist liquid collagen. As you can see, there's still some product in there. The thing is, the applicator is very flimsy, and I don't like that. It's broken off multiple times, and I don't feel like this product really did the job for the price point long term. I think there's just way better hydrating products out there. And as far as the like liquid vegan collagen kind of marketing for this product, I don't really feel like it did anything. And as far as me, like my lips aren't really lining or anything, but it's supposed to help plump too, I believe. And it doesn't really do that that much. There is like a menthol, and it has a very weird taste, and you will end up tasting it because the applicator and the way it goes on. It's a very interesting product. I remember when this first launched, this was like the talk of the town basically. Like everybody was talking about it, and it just fell short for me. It's really expensive for what it is, so I'm gonna pass on that one. I think it's just not worth the money. Next is the Innisfree product right here. I don't know if it'll zoom in on this one. It's kind of weird, but it's the Innisfree. Oh, I had it backwards, sorry. It's the Innisfree, that's why, hand cream, and it's wild berry. This is like a very silicone-y, I don't know if I can get any product out left. No, I use this whole thing. It's very silicone-y and Vaseline-y feeling, and it has a very light scent. This did the job, but it's no different than any other. If you guys have used Korean hand creams like Nature Republic, I know they're very known for their hand creams, Face Shop, all that kind of stuff. They are all the same. They're just cheap hand creams that smell good, have a little bit of like extracts in them, antioxidants, whatever. It just is basic. I don't know what else to say. I love Innisfree, so I love the scent of that particular one, because in Korea I smelled a lot of them and I really like that one. And Nature Republic has one that's a yuzu one that I had a long time ago, and it was really good. So they do the job, but they're nothing to write home about basically. I think the formulas could be much better. Cleansing, we have the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. This is like a spa in a bottle. You really begin to realize that they put a lot of essential oils into all their products after a product like that. Even their eye serum that I got like a little deluxe sample of that I'm enjoying for the time being, there's so much orange oil in there for that aroma kind of thing. And they're very like aromatherapy aspect driven. So I don't really know how to feel about that all the time. I think the level of essential oils in that is ridiculous because it's very high, but it does smell amazing. And you do have like a luxurious experience using it. It works, it removes everything. It does feel slightly greasy, but you're washing it off. Like, you know, there are better cleansing oils. The Tatcha cleansing oil is much better, but that actually has fragrance versus essential oil, which I think both are pretty bad once it's in a super high concentrated form. But I always say synthetic fragrance is going to be worse because it's synthetic, if that makes sense. But that being said, you know, studies and everything, you can see that both sides have their downfall when there's such a high concentration of it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. This is amazing. This is the Peach and Lily Power Calm Hydrating Gel Cleanser. I repurchased this, which is shocking because I never, ever repurchase anything that's like a full-size product. This is, what is it? There's camellia and chamomile. And it's very hydrating. It's soothing. It is just a perfect gel cleanser in my opinion. The consistency of it is very like, it feels like a lubricant, if that makes sense. It has a very nice like thin consistency. It's like thick, but it's thin and it glides on, and it's really good for facial massage if you'd like to do that during your cleansing. I just think she nailed this one completely. It is definitely one of my, like, for the time being, holy grail products. I really like it. So Alicia did a really good job on that. And I've met her before, so you know, on that note, I know that she's worked very hard for her products. I want to give credit where credit's due, and I think it's a really good cleanser. I will probably be repurchasing it again because I already have another full size, but I gave it to a friend, so I'll probably buy another one soon. It's just a great gentle cleanser to have on hand. The next one is the Peach and Lily Wild Dew Treatment Essence. This is just a very like lightweight, viscous consistency. I know that this one has niacinamide and it has lotus bamboo extract, all that kind of stuff. It's very affordable for an essence and it's very lightweight, but I noticed that when I used it, I would always have like reoccurring breakouts. And I thought at first maybe it's just me like eating bad or whatever, right? Something. No, it is definitely the product. There was something in here that would make me break out, and it wasn't like horrible breakouts, but I'd get little breakouts like here and there, and it's very strange. So I didn't actually end up finishing it. I didn't think there was anything that like crazy about it. There was nothing that made me go, oh, I need to tell people like they need to purchase this. Next we have the Peach and Lily all-in-one pads. These are amazing. And this has pomegranate, super greens, all these antioxidants, spinach, broccoli, things like that basically. And it is just a very antioxidant filled moisture pad. I really like these because we think First Aid Beauty, like facial radiance pads, or we think like exfoliating pads 24/7, but this is pretty calming. It's very hydrating. She marketed this as a toner, essence, and a moisturizer in one, I believe, which is a stretch, but I think there's some truth to that. I just think you need a moisturizer to act as an occlusive to lock in everything that is going into the skin at first. But if you're really in a rush and you don't have much time, these do a beautiful job. I think they're amazing for the gym. Like I said, it's just easy, all in one, day and night, dewy, nourished, just beautiful stuff. The issue with that, there's no issue with it, sorry, I'm not trying to be like that, but like the only downfall of it is sometimes it leaves your skin too hydrated. So it leaves you very dewy, and not everybody, I've talked to people who actually don't want it to be super dewy, so they won't use all of it, or they'll like take it to their neck, which I recommend. So those are really great for the price point. This is the Mamond Vital Essence. And with this one, it's really nice because you really get like a lightweight, very lightweight gel essence. It smells like orange, just like Dermalogica's Biolumin C serum, their vitamin C, and like their eye serum that I've been trying. Very lightweight, goes in quick. It's amazing as far as a lightweight essence, and I think it could fulfill like a hydrating serum kind of aspect, but I think when it comes down to the overall effectiveness, I see more of a result from this than the Peach and Lily essence. Next product is gonna be the Belief. It is, I don't know if it'll zoom in on this one, but it's Belief Peat Miracle Revital Serum Concentrate. It is a very, like, it feels like, what does it feel like? It feels like a hyaluronic serum that's slightly on the thicker side, but still dries down as pretty thin. This product sucks. It literally just sucks. It has a lot of denatured alcohol in it, and it just doesn't perform. It left my skin pretty irritated, and I don't feel like it was doing anything after the time that I was using it, and there's still a lot of product left. It is full, like I just used 1/4 of it about, so I really, and this is like $58. The peat extract is supposed to be a natural retinol alternative, so you know, there's that, but it just doesn't do the job, and I don't care for it. Now, I'm gonna switch over to, I'm gonna go out of order for a bit. I'm gonna go to the Belief Aqua Balm Sleeping Mask. This is a sample that I got, and this is what it looks like in the inside. It's like a blue kind of like gel. This product is really, really good, minus the fact that they use a lot of like citronelle, limonene, and all these different type of essential oils, and they use quite a bit of it, which is kind of my issue because there's too much of it, and it's mainly things like citronelle, limonene, that kind of stuff. Those are literally just fragrant essential oil components, so they are there to push and enhance the scent or create a scent. And they are just useless basically. They have no benefit to the skin, but it does smell really good on that note. And this product is really, really nice. It creates like a veil of hydration on the skin, and it is just like, it's like a gel putty, and it just begins to break down and melt into the skin. Yeah, it smells fine, and it does the job. It will leave you with very dewy skin in the morning, so for somebody with dry skin, I think they would really like this. Even for my skin, which is like more on the oily, acne prone side, this did a really good job. I'd recommend it. To Pure Heals, this is the Centella 90 Ampule. This is a product that I did not find to be, and it just like is a very lightweight gel. It sinks in immediately. It doesn't really offer hydration, but ampules were made basically for like SOS skin emergencies. And Centella, as we know, it's there for like skin calming, skin like regenerative properties, if that makes sense. And I don't really think that it is a product I would plan on repurchasing. And I got it for like $14. I think I got it on sale, and it doesn't offer enough hydration, one. Two, I don't feel like it does noticeable like Centella relief effects, and I just didn't really feel like it did anything that warranted the price. It wasn't that great. It just wasn't that great. On the other hand, if you wanted something with Centella or Cica, I would go, self-promotion moment, but I would go to the Tao X Melrose Mango Dragon Fruit 3-in-1 Perfecting Mist, which is another empties that I'm going to show in a little bit. But I'm just going to switch it over to this right now because I'm holding it. This has all your antioxidants as your toner, the pH balancing aspect of it. It is pH balancing. Your antioxidant essence, niacinamide, which is amazing for calming down redness and also supporting like the sebum production, all that kind of stuff, balancing the sebum. And you also have watermelon sodium PCA, but it does a really good job, and it clears out my, like the gunk in my pores, if that makes sense, because the natural willow bark. It's very soothing. You can use it as a makeup setting spray. It's amazing. And I've gone through at least, this has to be like the 3rd bottle of the mist that I've gone through, or that I've gone through as far as like the ones that I made for testing purposes, and then also the ones I've used myself. And so it is a holy grail, obviously. And the Shopify link I'll have down there too in the description to purchase it. It's $44, and it is just a plethora of good for you ingredients. and multitasking benefit, if that makes sense. But I do see more of a result with that as far as like improving my skin than the ampule that I showed you before. The next product is going to be this Corez one right here. This has a super, and there's still product in there, super fine mist. It has a lot of citronelle, geraniol, linalool, and citral, all fragrance component essential oils. And there's a very high amount of bitter orange flower water, and then after that that's like the base, basically next to the aloe vera, or the rose water, sorry, and alcohol, denatured alcohol. So this, I accidentally sprayed, like I was like from this distance away, and I sprayed it, and it hit the corner of my eye. And Mel, did I ever tell you about this? About how I sprayed this too close to my eye,
you did.
And it started burning, and it was red. So it left my entire, like the entire corner of my eye right here, like completely bloodshot red all around. And I shaked it too, but it's just, that's why you don't put alcohol that high. I don't care for it. It was a flop. It's basic. It did the bare minimum. I just, like, when I'm using a facial mist, I need to see that it's doing something that is worth that price point, because otherwise it's just pretty packaging with water basically, and different types of fragrance components like Mario Badescu. Like, I'm not paying money for that. So next on that list is going to be 100% pure, their lavender tonic. Literally just aloe vera that's organic, lavender extract, glycerin, DMAE, which I can't recall exactly what that does, but I believe it's like a soothing type of ingredient, and anti-redness. I believe that's what it was, because I was like, I've never heard of DMAE. But this has a pretty, not a super fine mist, but it does a decent job at spreading it. It's not fine, but it's not super harsh. But the mist, I'm not mad at it, and this product does a really good job for anybody with oily skin or acne prone skin. You would love this. Next we have the Epu Madecassicide Cica Balm, and this is not, it's not like focusing on it, but it is a Cica Balm with 2% Madecassicide and 55% centella leaf water. It's like a balm product. It's like a Vaseline, you can actually still see it right there. It's like a Vaseline type product, and it is like a waxy emollient, definitely like the peach and lily like salve that they have, the K-Beauty Rescue Balm. It feels like a salve. I don't know if you guys have used like the pharmacy one, but it feels like those hand salves. It wasn't anything to write home about. The next product is going to be Peach and Lily. It's the matcha pudding antioxidant cream. This is like a green type of, and as you can see, I used the whole thing. But I will say this, I did not love it. It has niacinamide and it has matcha. It doesn't have any silicones, which is really nice, but I found it to be something that I think would be better suited for dry skin. It's supposed to leave like a more of a matte finish, I believe. And it has antioxidants, all that kind of stuff. In my opinion, I always felt like I was either putting on too much or I was using too little, and it just, it's hard to gauge how much you have to put on without looking greasy, if that makes sense. And you can feel it. It feels very tacky, so I wasn't a fan of it. The next one is one that I really enjoyed. It was the Mamond. Let me see if I can get it to focus. This was the, and I actually still have some in there so you guys can see, like, let me see. Yeah, so this gives you like an instant dewy skin finish. It is very fragranced, not like crazy, but it's pretty fragranced. It's the Vital Vitamin Cream. It's a part of the Vital Essence line, or the Vital like Energy line, which is the Vital Essence I showed you earlier. The Vital Essence is really good. I just don't like the fragrance, and I think the cream's really good too. It's like a gel, but it is probably best for somebody with dry skin because the gel can get a little bit tacky. And the issue with that is that, like with me, because I have bangs, if I put it on my forehead, I really have to ration out how much I put it on, because otherwise the bangs will, like the hair will stick to the skin because it's too, like even now, this, like the area where I applied it on feels slightly tacky. But overall, like if you want something to give you like a radiance, dewy glow, that's the cream for you. It just has that fragrance. And like I said with fragrance, like I wouldn't create any product with fragrance. That's artificial. But if it is a really, really good product, really, really good, then I can overlook it. That's for me personally, but I rarely find that being the case. I found that for some Tatcha products, and I found that for some Soul Mastery product too. But other than that, like there's no way. The next product is Glam Glow. This is the this is the Bright Eyes product, and I didn't finish this product either. There's still plenty of eye cream in here left. This does the job. The Bright Eyes has caffeine and it has mica inside of it. I don't know why. I told my friend too, who gifted this to me, that I always notice the mica gets in my eye, so I stopped using it for that reason. But I think it is a really, really good like creamy eye cream. It's not anything that feels super lightweight. It feels more on the heavier side, but it's not super heavy. It melts down. But for me, like I always take into account user like experience, and there's no wow factor to this product to me. Is it a good hydrating, or like I think it's a good moisturizing eye cream, but there's just nothing that made me go, wow, I need to keep using this. Like it just didn't wow me. I think something that I'd recommend beyond that would be 100% Pure's Coffee Bean Eye Cream. A little bit more affordable, and I saw that it did help dramatically with dark circles, not only for me but for my mom. So that said a lot, especially when I was helping out my mom, because I didn't expect an eye cream to be able to perform that well. So that's actually my number one like holy grail for eye creams as far as like dark circles. The next product I'm going to show you is Ren. This is really interesting because it comes out as a gel, and it is like it's a cream. It's like a gel. It literally is a hybrid, but it's very lightweight. It doesn't really leave that much of a tack like the Mamond Vital Energy Cream. And it has some essential oils, I believe, in there. There's a bit of a fragrance, but nothing crazy. It does have a very soothing feel to it. It's for blemish prone skin. It's supposed to help with I believe it was like lingonberry extract that's supposed to help with the pigmentation. So there's that, but I just don't feel like, again, it was anything to really write home about. I don't think it warranted the price point, and I wanted to get, like there's certain products where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm dragging this along, like I just want to get done with it, which was the Peach and Lily Matcha Cream and the Ren Cream and the Glam Glow Eye Cream. Like there's just like, there's no wow factor, there's no crazy results I'm seeing, and I'm just like, I don't care. Like I don't care. I've given it way more than enough time to show me results, and I don't care. There's no aspect of it that I enjoy, and I think skincare should be something that you enjoy. It should be fun, and you should see results, obviously. This is a random one. This is the Body Shop. It's the Cactus Blossoms Shower Gel, and I don't like it. And a friend of mine works for the Body Shop too, so I've tried some of their stuff, and some of their stuff I really, really like, and they're more eco-conscious and all that kind of stuff, so that's always a plus. But the shower gels are so heavily fragranced, and even the body scrub that I'm finishing, the mango one, which I'm not going to add into the next empty, so I'm just going to tell you guys here, it's fine, but it just is so heavily fragranced. I feel like my skin begins to itch after I'm out the shower, so I don't obviously want that to be on my skin. So there's that. And I'm gonna move over to makeup. All I have is makeup now. This is an empty right here, but it's not really an empty. Also, guys, sorry, I know I'm misusing the word empty because these things are not empty. This is the Clinique Even Better in shade CN08 Linen. It is a, I don't know how to explain it. It is literally just a, it's a physical sunscreen tint. It's supposed to even and correct your skin tone, I think, with licorice root, but I just don't care for this. I thought I liked it at first, and then as I was using it, and then as I was building it up, it just looked cakey every single time, and I felt like it just felt suffocating on my skin, and I do not care for this at all. I got it for free, so I really don't care about, you know, tossing it out. Next one is going to be Cover FX. This is their Power Play Concealer. As you can tell, this is a full product too. I was really hyped for this product when I first got it, and at first I thought, not bad. And then I noticed that it started to cake. Like I would put it like spot conceal and I'd be like, why is this concealer caking up? And I thought maybe it's because the foundation I'm putting over or the powder or whatever. And I kept changing it up and I realized the issue was Cover FX. Like that was the issue. It's the product and it's the formula. As an under eye concealer, I could see where this would shine much better and be a greater asset, but this one was a flop for me, and it's a shame. It's a shame, but that is what it is. The next product I'm going to show you is a Glam Glow Super Mattify Primer. It is just without the container, but it is the actual product, and this is like a putty. It is like they tried to do the Tatcha what is it called? The Silk Canvas Primer, but this did not work out for me either. I felt like it melts into the skin like a balm, but it just is not, it feels uncomfortable. There's no user-friendly experience because you don't know how much is too much and how much is too little. It feels weird and heavy and just, I don't care for it at all. I think if you're gonna go with something that is a primer that's really good for oil control, go with the Smashbox Oil Control. I think it's the newest one. That one's amazing. This Nomad Berlin Underground Cosmetics palette, I don't like. My friend who is pro anyway used it too, and she was like, I don't like it. It's chalky. There is a nice color shade range and all that kind of stuff, but it just doesn't perform. And it was a free Ipsy product too. Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio is the next product. It's in the Peachy Love. I like this at first, and then I realized I really don't. It's hard to blend out, and some of them are very, very shimmery. e.l.f. and another e.l.f. product right here. They're both blushes. This one's a red one. This has a ton of pigment, and it is in the shade Glowy Rose. They are very shimmery, so if you don't want shimmer, then you're not going to like it. And this one's in Brilliant Mauve. They both perform well. They're slightly difficult to blend, but for the price point, they're much better than the Anastasia ones. And they offer high pigmentation. This last one right here is going to be the final product. It is the W Wonder Tension Epu in shade 23, which Korean shade range 23, 21 are the most common, I feel like, and 23 is like, you're not super fair, but you're still fair, if that makes sense. And even this, I feel like, was slightly light for me. It has a cushion mesh, or like a mesh fabric in between, so you distribute the right amount of product. This has madecassoside in it, along with their madecassoside line. It is a really, really good cushion, and it gives you good coverage, like medium coverage, but I find that it is very soothing and it's not irritating, so this is a winner for me. I don't know if I would repurchase it though, just because I like to explore new cushions and stuff like that. But if I weren't somebody who wanted to try new stuff all the time, then I'd probably repurchase it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or concerns, just let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.